Okay, bro. Like we heard that, dude.
What? Wait, what did he say? You know what? Actually, I don't repeat it. I don't even know what you want to say. Also, you're wearing this ugly, goofy ass Cowboys jersey tonight too. That's just disgusting, bro.
That's a
Anyways,
great night.
right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into the We Hate Sports Podcast, episode 271, coming at you on this Sunday night. My name is Billy Cameron, joined by the whole crew tonight. We got TK, Jello, Bam, and Gianni tonight, and we have a new NBA champion to talk about. Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks, for the first time since 1973, can call themselves NBA World Champions. We'll be breaking down what we saw out this final series, as well as what this means for Brunson's legacy going forward. Ooh, excuse me. We also have to talk about our way too early predictions in the Eastern and Western Conference. But we also have to talk about what's next for Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs, coming in second place yet again in Wemby's young career, and how he can grow from this as a basketball player. And then we also have to talk a little bit about football, because football, right before you know it, is going to be right around the corner. And QB's under the most pressure to perform this season currently, specifically. So get your popcorn ready for episode 271. We'll have a lot to discuss. Make sure you follow us on our socials. We hate sports all across the board, especially on our YouTube channel. We post our episodes weekly in their entirety in video form so that you guys can see it. So if you did miss something, I promise you didn't, because it'll be up on our YouTube channel. Make sure you go and give us a subscribe. All right. So let's talk about the first topic of the night, which is, in fact, the New York Knicks running away with the NBA title this year, winning 4-1 in a series that seemed like it had the same formula for four straight games. Spurs take early lead, Spurs somehow choke said lead, and Jalen Brunson, New York Knicks, capitalize on that, thus ousting San Antonio in 5 games, beating them last night. Jalen Brunson cementing his NBA Finals MVP trophy with that victory as well. He poured in 45 points in this elimination game. Meanwhile, on the other side, Dylan Harper was actually leading scorer for the Spurs. He poured in 25 points. Um, I think the initial reactions is the biggest thing that I want to tackle. Like I said, this is the first title for the New York Knicks since 1973. It's been well over 50 years since their last title. And I'm sure the city of New York, it burned to the ground, as it typically does after big wins like this. And trust me, there are a fair share of videos that came out about it. I will start with you this week, Gianni. What was your initial reactions? Any takeaways from the Knicks wing this title?
Man, I feel like it was one of the most dominant playoff runs of all time. After being down 2-1 to Atlanta. Remember PC, Joe, Dan, and TK when I said Atlanta could make a serious run? The fact that they just dominated. They went 15-1 after that. And they won by a margin that is like Golden State like, basically. They finished with a plus 283 in the playoffs, man. That is unheard of. The second team, I think, is the Warriors with like 220. So it's like a big giant margin that's insane. It is just one of the most dominant playoff runs of all time, honestly. And for the Spurs, look at the Spurs, and they got to the finals. Wemby's first run. This probably won't be the last time here in the finals. But I think Wemby, to me, one of the biggest things too, Wemby, I think, was a little bit immature. I think the way he handled the post game and stuff, I think he was immature. And I want to hear what you guys have to say about that, because that was a big red flag to me.
Jello?
Yeah, this was a crazy series, to be honest with you. So many roller coasters, the entire series. You think the Spurs are gonna win every single game, and they've only won one to come out of it. This was a perfect example of playing all 4 quarters. If you don't play all 4 quarters, you are out of there. And if the NBA was three quarters, the Spurs would be champs right now. It is a very terrible sight. I think Mitch Johnson needs to go after this because this was absolutely insane. Knicks, congrats, but my goodness, the city of New York, they did not deserve this. I ain't gonna lie to you. One loss, and the city was about to burn to the ground. After this win, the city was about to burn to the ground. I seen school buses destroyed. I seen poles taken down. I've seen I've seen destruction. I've seen absolute destruction over the last night and this morning. My goodness, they do not know how to act. Please do not let New York win anything else ever again. Seriously, or you will see some type of apocalyptic destruction somewhere.
Yeah. Bam.
First off, congrats to New York. I was very skeptical going into this finals. They completely proved me wrong. Congrats. I'm on the opposite side of the fence with Jello. I think New York definitely deserved this. Um, yeah, it this is going to be well for one, Jalen Brunson is now New York royalty. He took a pay cut. Everybody was clowning him for taking a pay cut. He took the pay cut, bought a shit back to the city. He is going to get into everywhere free. Best seats in the house wherever he goes. The whole New York Knicks are pretty much Knicks royalty. Um, yeah, it's good to see. It's a lot of parity. I'm glad to see New York go ahead and get one Eastern Conference, get a finals. Um, let's see if New York can survive the ramifications of that.
TK.
Yeah, man. For the most part, I'm sorry, y'all touched on basically everything. I will say I agree with Bam. No, I don't. I'm not with Jello as far as saying New York. Please don't let New York win anything else, bro. Jello, you have not seen a Super Bowl championship in 30 years, brother. PC and Gianni remind you all the time. Imagine if your Cowboys were to win a Super Bowl, how crazy the city of Dallas or wherever the fuck Austin, wherever the fuck the stadium is would go, bro. It might not be burning
You have to
school
go
buses
there.
and shit like that, but dog, it would be lit, bro. It would be turned up.
Oh no,
So honestly,
they burning school buses.
nah,
They're burning
brother.
people. They are burning
Hey,
people.
bam,
The
Don't be
brother,
for
bam.
real,
Down in the
Bam,
bro.
Corpus Christi,
I love
in Corpus
nonsense.
Christi,
let me,
Texas, they will be burning people.
They not
bam, brother.
even Cowboys fans in Corpus Christi.
You
First
don't
of all,
know that?
let me tell you something, bro. First of all, they not built like that out here, bro. They're just not. Maybe in Houston, maybe in certain areas, and also, bam. Another thing is the stadium is in Austin. Austin is ranked the
The
seventh
stadium is
safest.
in Arlington.
No, Austin is ranked. Yeah, whatever. Austin, Arlington, whatever. That shit's ranked top 10 safest places to live in the United States of America.
Yes,
Texas is not about that life, dog. All right. So I'm gonna just say that right now. They ain't burning school buses, but they're gonna go crazy, bro. So for Jello to sit here and say that New York, they shouldn't win anything else, I think that's crazy, bro. Shout out to the New York fans, the real New York fans that weren't outside beating the shit out of Spurs fans for absolutely no reason. I don't agree with that at all. Y'all know how we all felt about that. We had multiple conversations in the group chat about that, so I won't touch on that too much. But
that was my point.
another thing is, and PC and Bam and everybody will tell you, when a team like the New York Knicks, team like the Lakers, who's another team but the Celtics, when teams like this are good, it's better for the NBA, bro. And like Bam said, that keyword parity. There's a lot of parity with this championship as well. And going into the next season, depending on what some of these teams do in the offseason as far as trades and signing players and whatnot, New York should be the favorites to come out on top in the East. Like I said, barring trades and everything else before that all that stuff happens. So I'm gonna just say right now, what this does for the New York Knicks is they're gonna go into next season. They should be the favorites to win. And the most important thing, PC, is it's inspirational, bro. What that Jalen Brunson, a 6'2" point guard, after being told for years and years and years by, should I say her name, PC? Should I say her name on the podcast? No? Okay.
Just say it.
I won't say her name, but we all know the head coach of a certain team out there in Las Vegas in the WNBA that tried to say, "Oh,
Look, she's
I'm
still on
standing."
business.
Yeah,
She said what she said.
She said what she said, and now we are all waiting to hear what you have to say now. That Jalen Brunson came out on top, won a championship. And PC, I talked about this 2 weeks ago. If Jalen Brunson wants to win a championship, you're not going to have these teams that if they have a smaller guard that they feel like they can win a championship with, and he can be that 1A or he can be that number one option, Tyrese Maxey maybe, player like that. That if you build around these type of players, Jalen Brunson has officially proved to everybody that you can win with a small guard if you put the right players around him. So, like I said, I'm happy for the New York Knicks. I had no dog in this fight, honestly, at all. Y'all know I'm a huge Wemby fan, Glazier, if some may say, but at the end of the day, I just wanted the better team to win. That was the Knicks. And like Gianni said, bro, Wemby is 22 years old. Castle is 21 years old. Harper is 20 years old. PC. The Spurs are not going anywhere. This won't be their last trip to the finals. They will win championships. So, I just think a team like the Knicks, it just meant more. It meant more to the NBA for the parity, like Bam said, and just for the overall, just for the overall message of the NBA, bro. That anything is possible, though. So shout out to Jalen Brunson, shout out to the Knicks, and shout out to the fans. I'm happy for him, bro. I have no hate football in my body at all.
TK to add, because remember when we had this discussion that the West is better than the East and everything, and whoever is going to win the West is going to win a championship.
Yeah,
if you look at that, look at the last 8 years. You want to know how many times the East won? 4 times. You know how many times the West won? 4 times. So it's equal at this point. I think at this point we need to end that narrative of whoever comes out of the West is going to win, because it is a free-for-all, in my opinion, at this point, because it's going to be the most desperate team that comes out on top. It's not always the best team.
One thing's for sure, the New York Knicks, as the team itself, I think that they earn their spot in that finals, and they played their butts off, man. Like it was looking bleak in that Atlanta series. Like CJ McCollum had Jalen Brunson and a lot of those guys like questioning, like, yo, it's the same Knicks team, and yet the team locked in. It was 4 straight wins, I believe. In the after that's Hawks series, and then went on an insane win streak. Something we hadn't seen since the the Kobe era Lakers. And then ultimately ousting Wemby and the Spurs in 5 games. It's a hard task to do. And the way that they did it, comeback victory after comeback victory after comeback victory after comeback victory, the largest comeback victory in NBA Finals history, 29 points. Like, that's hard to pull off. I don't think it's just Jalen Brunson. Of course, I think we have to give a huge, New York has to give a huge thank you to OG Anunoby, who, in my opinion, I think was consistently the best player in this series.
I had OG Finals MVP before.
He was my Finals MVP too. Like, I think Brunson just cemented with that 40-point performance in game 5. Karl Anthony Towns even in game 2, I like he played like, let's call it what it was. He played like dog shit in game 5, but the game 2 where they needed him, game 1 and 2 where they needed him, he showed up. It was a collective effort. Mike Brown, a full circle moments after losing to the Spurs all the way back in 2007. It's Hall of Fame head coach. Now, all these years later, beating not only the Spurs, the team that beat him in the finals all those years back, but being the guy that got him fired from Sacramento Kings and De'Aaron Fox. Speaking of De'Aaron Fox, good God, brother. Yo, you need to go into witness protection this summer. I'm not even joking. The state of Texas may put a hit.
Just save it for the Spurs part of the question, because trust me, bro.
There's a lot to be said. I just that's just the intro. Let me not get ahead of myself. To focus on the Knicks winning the title, there is I don't want to say there's another fan base that deserves it, but a fan base that has waited long enough to see another one, then yes, the Knicks definitely needed this one because had the Knicks somehow blew this, that would have been their best shot. I don't think they would have gone back with this core. So they had to win this. Wemby and the Spurs, like they'll be fine. Like this was their first run. I don't agree with Mitch Johnson getting fired, especially this being his first full season. Like it was an experience. Like let's call it for what it was an experience all across the board. And that happens as much as they want to try and mask it. Now they know what it looks like, so we know if it happens again, we can say, oh, Mitch Johnson deserves to be fired, or oh, Wemby's not ready for the big time, or Saban Castle is too inconsistent. One thing that came out of it too, Dylan Harper, future superstar. Short answer, future superstar there. Um, to all the Knicks fans, the real Knicks fans that have been waiting for this, the ones I know personally, I'm happy for you guys, truly. Um, to Knicks fans that were trashing the city, basically stomping on cars and buses, and shout out to Nina Lynn, who got on top of a bus and screamed chant Nixon vibes and proceeded to get arrested afterwards and tried not to pay her cameraman. It's just yeah, but it's New York, so we gotta love them for what they are, right? Um, that's a fan base that's win or lose, they're gonna cause mayhem. And I think they're either a fan base that you either love or hate. I think naturally I'm leaning more to the hate side because of who I represent, who my teams are. But looking at it from outside perspective, from like someone like TK, that's like you don't really don't have a personal hatred for New York sports. New York sports scene in general is kind of bleak outside the Knicks. I mean, you got the Yankees and Mets. Yankees always find a way to blow it. No offense, but
You
let's say no.
disrespectful
Am I lying? Am I
bastard.
lying? Am I
Yes.
lying?
Yeah, don't don't
He
don't
is not
don't
lying.
don't put
Stop
I
us
am
it.
not
don't put us
lying.
with
For
the
real.
Mets,
I
bro.
am not
Don't
lying.
fucking
Let's
put
be
us
serious.
no. Don't put us with the Mets, bro. Absolutely not. You
He
could
didn't put y'all with the Mets. He just said y'all always blow it.
New
I
York.
just but I
You're
just
both
don't
located in New York.
I just don't like Yankee. I just don't like no, I just don't. I don't like them in the same sentence,
Y'all
bro.
both
Yeah.
find a way to not
They're
get the
both
job
in the
done.
same city, brother.
Both in the same city. You got the Rangers. Again, Rangers, Islanders, both in the same city. Can't get the job done. You got the Jets and the Giants. Need I say more? Like the Knicks is all
And
New
they play in
Yorkers got.
Jersey.
Like that's all they got. And for them to come through and give that city some sort of comfortability, some sort of clarity, it is kind of nice to see. So to the real Nick fans out there, congratulations. Y'all did y'all thing.
And that
Um,
means not you, Tyreek, you fat, dirty,
no,
smelly,
it
lame
don't it don't
ass
it doesn't
bitch.
mean Tariq, but I also don't mean Ben either. All right, Ben, I've
Yeah.
been
Oh
seeing your
You neither,
retweets,
no.
nigga.
brother. I
Like no,
don't
we
don't
we
don't
not
try to deny it
100%
100%
either.
a
you
Nets
niggas, bro.
I
fan.
promise you, I've been seeing your retweets, buddy.
100% a Nets
All
fan.
right, we all see.
Bro,
I still have your the screenshot of the picture of you wearing the Nets jersey. You were on Harden's nuts just a couple of years ago, so I
horrific
Mhm.
outfit, by the way. Horrific birthday outfit, by the way, bro. That
uh,
was the worst fit I ever seen in my life.
that's another
And
that's
like
another
we done seen
$200.
Bam in some bad fits. Like for the listeners, Bam is
Oh,
usually the worst dress in the group.
Uh,
But this shit, that shit Ben had on, bro.
That
My
it's
God.
crazy because don't nobody even believe
Chill,
that.
chill, chill. I
Don't
know.
nobody believe that. We got Jello on here, and you talking about I'm the
all right,
worst dressed.
boy.
Get the
Stop
fuck out
playing
of
with
here.
me.
Hey
Nigga wore
yo.
some French Air Force One talking about some special edition. Get the fuck out of
I did
here.
not say that. Y'all still lying on me about that. I just said it was $50. That's
Amen.
all I said.
Man.
Um,
Hooked.
cooked. Cooked. But yeah, shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the team, especially. All right. To Jalen Brunson, Carl Anthony Towns, especially. I know I said about him earlier, but it's like for him to be up there and finally have this moment, especially after his mom died, like, can't help but feel like, happy for the guy. Um,
I
all
got
right.
one question. Is Jalen Brunson top 3 or top 5 in the NBA point guards now?
We'll get
But
to that.
we have.
We'll
Oh,
get
okay,
to
Oh,
that.
okay. Bet,
we'll
bet,
get
bet,
to
bet,
that.
bet, bet.
Yeah, we will get to that part. Let's head to the other side, the losing side. For our next topic, let's talk a little bit more in depth about the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, and how this team had this series in the palm of their hands and lost it 4 separate times. Wemby in Game 4, second half, he's gonna probably have that nightmare in his dreams the entire summer. You have Dylan Harper, who was, in my opinion, probably the most consistent player for the Spurs this entire series, and yet barely got any playing time because he's a rookie. Instead, Mitch Johnson, you decided to stand on business and play De'Aaron Fox more minutes than Dylan Harper. And what did that get us? That got us ousted in 5 games and give us a single home playoff win in the finals. So, what is next for Wemby and the Spurs after a series that effectively they should have won? Like, realistically, they really should have won it. Bam.
Um, I think this is going to be a turning point in Wemby's career, either for the good or the bad. As an OKC fan, I want it to be for the bad because I don't want to keep seeing these guys. But just for Wemby himself, as just a fan of basketball, I hope it's for the good. I say that because I think that Embiid asked him a great question. People will be clowning Embiid for asking him this. It was a very valid question. Do you want to be like me or do you want to be like KD? Wemby cannot afford to. I know he's an alien and all that. I get it. He's 7 foot whatever with handles like a guard, but that's not sustainable. And we've seen it in the final. You cannot play like a guard at 7'4". That can't be your main play style. That can't be your main draw. Granted, you're quicker than the average big man. You got the strength advantage over a regular guard matching up on you. Yeah, sometimes you can get your shit off, but that can't be your main draw. So I think for him, he has to figure out what he's going to do. If he's going to double down into this playing on the perimeter, playing in space, or if he's going to put on some fucking weight and refine his game in the post. Because you get down there and people push you off the block all the time. You get a cat, you get an experienced big man, you get a Mitch Robinson, push you off the block, and now you have to play on the perimeter, and it doesn't work. Um, so I think it's a real turning point for him. He has to figure out what he want to do. Um, I'm kind of mixed on Wemby because on one hand, I see a lot of people saying we need to go back to the golden age of basketball. Uh, we like it when our players are mean, and then when he's mean and he has the attitude that you would want in your alpha, people be like, "Oh, he bitching, he this and that." It's like, what do you want? But then at the same time, I do think that he needs to have a bit more humility for the simple fact of he didn't give the Knicks any type of credit at all this series. And when you do that to your opponent, you're bound. This is bound to happen. You have to give your opponent some type of respect. You don't just cakewalk to the finals. You don't just do that. If your opponent is in the finals, they're there for a good reason. Um, I just would like for him to be have a little more humility, not completely saying humble yourself because you're one of the best players in the world. And we don't ask other players to humble themselves. So who are we to ask Wemby to humble himself? But I do think that a little more humility would be good. And I think it would help his game overall. So it's going to be a turning point for Wemby, a turning point for the Spurs. Um, get the Aaron Fox, Guangdong. Don't even Matter of fact, don't even send him to Guangdong. I don't know where you send him. Put him in a rocket. Put him in a rocket and get him the fuck off of Earth. He don't need to be playing no type of basketball. Brain dead, absolutely brain dead. I don't know what the fuck. CTE, like I'm getting infuriated thinking about his whole series. One of the worst series I've ever seen from anybody playing in the finals. Dylan Harper is on your bench, and you don't want to start this man because you paying De'Aaron Fox however much. Get him off the fucking floor. He shouldn't see a floor next year.
I think we're starting to see the consequences of positionless basketball. If you look at the last 8 NBA champions, because we haven't had a repeat champ since the Warriors, every single one of those teams have had a definitive role for the starting 5. When you look at the Knicks, you know who the predominant ball handler is. Jalen Brunson. You got Bridges, OG out on the wings, and Karl Anthony Towns in the posts. For the Celtics and the Thunder, you know who's getting the ball. All right, who's initiating the offense? SGA, it's Jason Tatum. Even going back to a team like the Bucks and the Lakers, you knew who were initiating these offenses, and a thing that keeps on playing in my brain, which I think completely like summarizes like this finals series and like wraps up in a nice a typo, is I believe it was what was it, game 2 or game 1, where there was less than 20 seconds left. Wemby makes a great defensive play, gets the rebound, and he goes to pass the ball, and Saban Castle's not even looking at the ball. Leads to a turnover, which leads to the Knicks ultimately winning, game 2. It's quite literally the thing that dooms a lot of teams. Like, it's great to have a 7-foot big man that can play like a guard and has a wingspan of an 8-foot guy, and he's a predominant ball handler and this and the third. It's awesome until it's not awesome. Joel Embiid said what he said because this is someone that should gain more muscle. Like, he should put on more muscle. He should act like a proper big. The thing that I think is kind of beautiful about the game of basketball, especially in the NBA, all the teams that have won the title over the last 8 years have at their core been a typical basketball team. Like, there is no team that I can shout out over the last decade even that I can say like, oh, they won playing positionless basketball. No, there's always a definitive point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center on that championship caliber roster. And yet the Spurs did not have that. At some points, I saw Saban Castle bring up the ball. Sometimes it may have been Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, who played quite literally one of the worst performances in a final series I've ever seen. But to have multiple fans that aren't even Spurs fans get upset with you playing, that's special. That's hard to do. That's really hard to do. So shout out to De'Aaron Fox. I don't have anything else to say really about you because I'll just save you for the rest of my guys. But yeah, Saban.
Whoa.
I'll save you for the rest of my. What? What's wrong with that one?
Yo, that was wild.
Oh my god!
What?
I'll save you for the rest of my guys,
Bro, don't say it a third time, brother.
Oh, that was crazy.
What, you want me to say my colleagues? I'm talking about you guys.
Oh,
I'm talking about y'all. Yeah, I'm talking about y'all.
We don't want him, brother. What is
Holy
going on?
moly.
Yo.
How does bro not
Doing this
understand?
during it's Pride Month too, by the way. Y'all are doing this. This
We're
is
not
your
doing
month.
anything, bro.
This is your month, by the way. This is literally your month.
I'm
Why
not,
you
the
pausing?
one, I'm not the one saving guys for my guys, brother. I don't understand what you got going on, dude. But continue.
Anyways, yes, pink is a great color. I done lost my train of thought. Look, all I'm saying. Oh yeah, Saban Castle. Inconsistent as hell in this series. Again, goes back to inexperience. Wemby, same thing, experience. You could tap up a lot of these guys or it was just inexperience that led to the Spurs' doom. To Mitch Johnson, even like there are a lot of people that are calling for Mitch Johnson's head, and it's like, no, this is first time doing this. Like we have to stop as NBA fans. We have got to stop immediately wanting the worst for a player or a coach, especially if it's their first time doing something. This was the Spurs' first playoff run with Wemby, and they made the finals. Do people not understand how crazy that is? That is hard to do, especially since we haven't had a repeat champion. They're gonna be back. I can guarantee that. The Knicks, this was their best shot. They probably won't be back. It's going to be really hard to do that. So I think that's for Wemby. This is a learning exercise. This was something that he can take into the off season. Go and do Tai Chi with your monks, and shave your head again. Do what you gotta do. All right, to get ready for next season, because you know what the goal is now. You know that you can beat a team like OKC in a 7-game series, all right, and past them. I don't think there's anybody that's touching them. I don't think there's anybody that's touching the Spurs in the Western Conference. So, we're gonna have to really see how it pans out. To touch on De'Aaron Fox, like I said, to
Whoa, brother, my God.
All right, that was
What are we
crazy.
doing here, bro?
To follow up on De'Aaron Fox, I'll save De'Aaron Fox for anybody else that wanted to comment on his game in the finals, because clearly I have to specify every single time what I'm talking about when I talk about De'Aaron Fox. Go ahead, TK.
Before we do that though, I do want to kind of interject and maybe clarify on what you meant by positionless basketball when it comes to Wemby. The issue is not that Wemby likes to play like a guard. That's not an issue. The issue is that when you stop him from playing like a guard, he cannot play like a traditional big, like a traditional center.
Mhm.
He is not good in the post. He scores through running the rim, uh, getting oops thrown to him, and just simply scoring over bigger defenders. You saw it in the finals when Mitch Robinson denied him the ball, when Cat denied him the ball, when they stopped the oops from being thrown. He didn't have no moves in the post. He had to go to the perimeter. They denied him the ball again on the perimeter, and he was forced to take tough mid ranges. The point is, why Wemby is an alien is because he is 7'4". So ideally, he should be able to drop step consistently. He should be able to have spin, shimmy into a hook. He should be able to do that consistently. He should have a two-way go. If you double him, deny him the ball on the perimeter, okay, he gonna get in the post and fucking destroy you. If you deny him the ball in the post, okay, he gonna go on a perimeter and ISO you, do whatever. The point is that he doesn't have a two-way go. He is limited in that regard because if you shut down one aspect of his game, he can't go to the other dependably. So I think that's what he should focus on. He should focus on being able to do both at a high level.
Yep. TK.
For all of the listeners who don't know this, I live in San Antonio. PC, Bam, Gianni, Jello. When I tell you that the city is quiet, it's hard to explain, but it's just been quiet. You can just feel it in the air, PC. Whether you go to the store, the gas station, no matter where it is, you just feel it in the air, PC. And I mean, everybody's sad, and they should be. But as far as the Spurs, PC, like I stated in one of my quotes in the previous question, Spurs are going to be fine. This is a super young team with Wemby only being 22, Castle only being 21, Harper only being 20. That's your core, PC. That's your main three. As long as you have those guys, the future is bright. You stated this earlier, PC, also when you spoke on it when the biggest issue for this team was inexperience. This is the team that Wemby's first full playoff run, he gets you to a finals. They get to a finals. I think that's something that you should hold your head higher. That's something to be proud of. But like PC said, it was inexperience. This is the New York Knicks team that has been to the playoffs since Jalen Brunson has been in New York, and I believe it's been about 4-5 years now. So they have that experience. They were ready. Mitch Johnson, Jello, you're an idiot. And I'm surprised PC didn't say it when he kept saying, "Oh, he was trying to be nice." So, guys, a lot of people are saying that Mitch Johnson should be fired. No, Jello, you're just an idiot.
Okay.
Why was firing a rookie head coach that takes his super young team to in their first playoff run to an NBA final? Why would you fire that guy, bro? Say
I'll get into it.
Just say he got out coached.
Outcoached is an
Gianni, Gianni Bam. Wouldn't you expect a Mitch Johnson to be outcoached by a Mike Brown who has been to seven NBA finals with most of them he's been with LeBron? Like what are we
any
like,
adjustments? Okay.
No, it's not okay. Yeah, granted, he should have made adjustments. Sure, I'll give you that. Sure, but saying that he should be fired, bro, is absolutely insane. He's gonna learn from this. The team's gonna learn from this.
You should know patience, brother. You're a freaking Cowboys fan, for goodness sake. Like,
I didn't want to say it, brother.
Like, come on, like let's cut.
I mean, PC, you could have just said a Rockets fan. I don't think he's ever seen that.
That's shit. The Rockets fan. Astros the only thing that you see in
brother. Have you ever seen a Houston Cougars? Actually, you did see a Houston championship, so I'll give you that. You saw a Houston Cougars championship, basketball championship. Good for you. But yeah, like I said, this is the team that's gonna be all right, bro. Super young. Calling for Mitch Johnson's job is absolutely insane, bro. It's just insane. He's gonna learn from this. Like I said, Wemby's gonna learn from this. The team will learn from this. And they're gonna be back, brother. This is a team that I think is gonna win multiple championships, honestly. As long as Wemby there. Now I will talk about what Bam said. It's not that Wemby that has no post. That's absolutely a lie, brother. He's very good in the post when he does get inside. The problem is he's too small, bro. Like Wemby's like 220, maybe 230 pounds. This is the dude that put on 20 pounds over the offseason. And PC, as you can see, it did absolutely nothing when he goes against bigger centers. So what you do with Wemby is you just get him in the gym, maybe add another 20 pounds. You can't add too much weight to Wemby because I feel like that'll ruin his game. So is Bam good now? So yeah, this is the dude that you can't add too many pounds to Wemby. You want to add like maybe 20 more pounds. Put him at 7'4", 240. Maybe that'll be. Maybe he'll be able to dominate a little bit more in the paint. But PC, he's never gonna be a traditional center. Or Bam or whoever it was that said they should go back to the traditional ways. He's never gonna be a traditional center. That's just not who he is.
Nah, I don't think he should be a traditional center, but I think he should be able to play like one if need be. I think that's the issue is that he can't right now.
I can agree with that. Yeah, and it's not like I said, man. It's not that he can't do it. He's just too small, bro. Like these centers are 250, 260, 270, sometimes 280, bro. And Wemby's like 220, 230 maybe. Like he can't do anything with that. So I feel like he just has to become more consistent with his mid-range, with his three-pointer, which I think he will. I also think he needs to become PC. I think something that'll help Wemby a lot is what I hate is that second year he took a jump to where he started to become a playmaker. I don't know if y'all peeped that. His second year, he was a really, really good playmaker. And then it seems like this year he stepped back from that instead of taking that next step. So I would like Wemby to get back to that. And now De'Aaron Fox, brother. PC, Gianni, Jello, Bam. Do y'all know that this nigga's new contract, 4 years, $238 million extension, doesn't start until next month?
Mm-hmm. He's getting paid $50 million for the next 3 years, I believe.
I mean, PC, at this point, you might have to trade De'Aaron Fox, find somebody desperate enough to take that contract, and you may have to trade a first or two, brother. to get him off the team. Because I know one thing. 100% RJ Harper cannot come off the bench next year for no reason whatsoever. At all. He can't. Can't come off the bench. So you got to see if there's some way you can trade De'Aaron Fox this offseason, PC. I have no faith in that whatsoever, in that situation whatsoever. I just think that his contract is just way, way, way. It's the contract is just.
TK, I know a team that could get De'Aaron Fox. The Brooklyn
The
Nets.
Rockets?
No, the Brooklyn Nets.
I mean, the Brooklyn Nets will probably be desperate enough.
Stop playing with me, TK.
But even then, brother, I think you have to, honestly, Gianni, I think you have to give up a first round pick in that trade package with De'Aaron Fox to realistically get rid of him. PC, I don't know. What do you think? You think you can just get rid of De'Aaron Fox without a first round pick at this point?
I think the Nets would be actually a smart choice, but I can also see the Rockets too. Because I mean, I don't know how none of us know how Fred VanVleet is going to be come next season. He's also up there in age. I think desperate times call for desperate measures in Houston.
So you want De'Aaron Fox with the Wemby prototype and Alfred Sengun. That's what you want? Jello will blow his brains out on the next
The Rockets are desperate enough to do it. Yes.
We're not desperate enough for no De'Aaron damn Fox, bro. Come on.
Y'all might be.
I mean,
but I think
y'all
it would
might
be
be,
the
bro.
worst
Y'all might
fit
very well
ever. That would be the worst fit
Would
ever.
you rather De'Aaron Fox or John Morant?
Ja Morant any day. I don't care.
It's literally just two cans of ass.
No.
It's two. No, listen.
That's two cheeks
De'Aaron
of the
is not
same
Ja.
ass, bro.
No, PC, I'll even give Jello this. It's two cans of ass. One of them is enchilada sauce. I'm trying to speak your language. And the other is refried beans, brother. But they're both ass. They're going to make you fart. They're going to make you shit. That's what these two niggas are. Ass. Just different brands, brother.
No.
Yes, nigga. Ja Morant is ass.
Any day.
De'Aaron Fox is ass, nigga.
Ja
I don't give a
Morant
fuck.
is
I don't
way
give a
better
fuck
playmaker.
that Ja Morant can dunk on 7'4" niggas. Nigga, the nigga cannot shoot.
I mean, Ja did dunk on
He's
Wemby
not efficient. Yeah, he did. But the nigga can't shoot. He's not efficient. PC, and he thinks he's a gang member. But that's like, what are we doing?
What do the Rockets need? The Rockets need
The Rockets need a
playmaking.
point. They need a point.
They need playmaking. One thing you can say is that Ja Morant is going to make a fucking play.
He is a great playmaker.
That's all they need.
He's going to shoot. But look, he's going to shoot.
You rather them take a Ben Simmons?
Wait, here's the issue. He's going to shoot the ball 26 times and make about 9 of them, brother. That's the issue.
Sometimes a fresh start's all that's needed for a player.
Yeah,
I think
he got KD on the team. He's not shooting 26 times.
KD don't even got ankles.
KD carried them last year.
Like, what are we doing here, bro?
KD on one ankle is better than anything Ja Morant has ever had.
Yeah.
So we just gonna disrespect Triple J.
Okay.
All right.
Kick him off the fucking call right now.
Kick him off the call.
Let's go to the next
Kick
person.
him off the damn call.
Jello.
He had me losing my train of thought, bro. Spurs. Obviously, the Spurs are going to be back. I was definitely over exaggerating when we was talking about the whole Mitch Johnson situation. I don't think he needs to get fired, but I definitely believe that some evaluations need to be made. And one name that you guys have not mentioned, I'm very, very surprised because it was a lot of heat in the chat. Keldon Johnson. It's time for Keldon Johnson. That's like the fakest six man I've seen ever. Every single play off series, his points per game decreased. He went from 12 points per game in the regular season to 8 to 4, and I believe it was 3 this series. 3 points per game, if I'm not mistaken. Your chain got snatched, sir. And you, along with De'Aaron Fox, might be on your way out the door, to be honest with you. That was some terrible basketball that I saw out of both of those players.
But the dude should have never won 6 Man of the Year in the first place, bro.
He really shouldn't have. But
13 points, like what?
This was his chance to prove everybody wrong, because I didn't get that. I didn't get that either myself. Why he won in the first place, but It was a very bad year when it came to six man of the year. That race was a terrible. It was a terrible race in my opinion. But he had a chance to show up, and he did the exact opposite. He gave more questions than it was answers. And De'Aaron Fox, my goodness, he pulled off the robbery of the year because this is gonna go in history as one of the worst contracts of all time in basketball. We done seen the Luol names. We done seen quite a few bad contracts for sure. But how you played this series, how you played all playoffs, but especially this series, and the reason I was bringing up Miss Johnson is because I did not like the rotations that he put in after seeing De'Aaron Fox struggle all series. Didn't want to pull the plug and put Dylan Harper in the game when he was your most consistent player. I don't care if he's a rookie or not. He was not playing like a rookie. And leaving him in the series to fuck up again, again, and again, that is bad coaching. I get that you're a rookie head coach, but
Dak Prescott.
you gotta come on with it. You gotta come on with it. Anyways, that was baffling to me. The Spurs got to do some evaluations for sure. They do not need much when it comes to this team, but they're a very young team. The core is growing. Castle, Wemby, Dylan Harper, you got that core. You got role players to surround them. They're going to be good for years and years to come. But it's just a matter of the fit around the rest of those because, whew, that is something serious. But the Spurs will be back, definitely. They're a young team. They're going to learn from this. They're going to bounce back. Will they bounce back next year? I don't know for sure, but they will bounce back very, very soon.
G.
You brought up a great point, Joe, with Ken Johnson. Man, that dude, he can't even make shots, and he was getting beat off the dribble a lot too. Defensively, he was like a non-factor. And then you look at De'Aaron Fox. I think he shot one game 2 of 18, then 5 of 19, 6 of 19, 6 of 21. I think he shot in one game too. Was crazy. Taking 21 shots, I think he went like 1 of 8 from three. Bro, you're done, man. 229 million. I don't know what the Spurs were thinking when they gave him that extension, but my God, man, that's probably like I think Jello said before, the worst performance I think in the playoffs, honestly, for a player like that, making that much money and stuff like that. It was unacceptable. And the Mitch Johnson, I don't think he deserves to get fired or anything like that. It's his first playoff run. I think this is a learning lesson, especially for the young guys, because this is a young team. This is a learning lesson. Before you win a championship, you got to go through some failures. And this is step one. I think getting to the finals was a successful run for them as a young team. But this is the thing about failures. You're going to go through failures before you hold the trophy. That's how it is in sports. Anybody here who knows how the championship feeling knows how it's like you
Everybody
have to
here
go
but
through.
Jello.
Yeah, everybody here but Jello.
Didn't my Astros blank y'all? Anyways,
Oh, he is an Astros fan. Damn it.
Oh man, I forgot about the Astros. That's how bad they've been the last 2 years. I forgot about them. They even exist. But yeah, but going back
oh,
to what?
oh, go ahead, keep
He said
going.
he said they cheated, but go ahead, Jello.
Yeah. Um, the other thing too is like these blown leads, man, were crazy, man. The 29-point lead, man. I think that was the craziest basketball game I ever seen in my life,
Which is
honestly.
worse, y'all? 28-3 or letting the team come back down? I'm sorry, I had to ask y'all. Or letting the Knicks come back from
Which one
29.
will make me blow my brains out more?
I would say
Probably 29
28-3
point.
still because
I don't know,
okay,
man.
okay.
Nah, it's
To be
absolutely
honest
I
with
28.
think
you,
it's I think
no,
it's
I
too
think it's
low.
the Spurs because you had multiple games to come back.
And
And
Bam,
Yeah.
here's
each
the thing.
game, yeah.
Here's the thing. Do you know how bad it is to let a team, what was it, a 29, was it a 29-0 run?
No,
Did they?
it was like a bunch of
it was
runs that
smaller
led
than
up
that,
to
yeah.
that point.
Yeah,
Like,
it went from like 29 to 15 to ultimately the win.
you have to shoot so badly, PC, and you have to loosen up on your defense so bad to allow a team to come down from two. It's 2 and 3 points, PC. So that means you allow the team to hit a 2, to hit a 3, and that it just kept going lower and lower. And bro, like
But
at least with the 28-3, you lost to Tom Brady, the greatest quarter. It kept going lower and lower. How is that?
All right.
wait,
All right, bro.
I want to say something
There's
about
no.
TK.
Hold on, Gianni. Wait. There is no just because you got caught twice, slipping twice, brother. Going lower, I can see if I said it got smaller and smaller or something like that. That's a pause. So relax. But yeah, at least when you lose it, but Gianni, I'll let you go in a second. But at least with the Falcons, they lost to the greatest quarterback of all time, bro. 7 rings. Like, come on, dog. You lost
Yeah.
Tom Brady. Go ahead, Gianni.
Yeah,
Well,
that's why I'm saying I think because the Spurs had more games to make up for it, but each game they had a lead, a double-digit lead, and folded every time, let alone a 30-point lead.
Like
But
PC would kill himself, bro.
Let me
yeah,
give it to you. Let me explain
28
it
to
from my
3 is
perspective.
crazy.
I think
You know
Yeah, let
Atlanta
me
why?
explain.
Because
Yeah.
they ran the
28 to 3 is
four
crazy.
times.
love this
But
Let
series.
they
me
ran the
explain it
football
from.
You
four
know
times.
what? You're right. You're right. Like, what's worse is 23.
First off, the Falcons weren't inexperienced. They weren't inexperienced. They were
Okay,
not an
fair.
inexperienced team. Matt Ryan had fucking one MVP that year. Second, they were in the locker room at halftime smoking cigars and popping champagne. That's what they were doing at halftime. That's what the
Hey,
Falcons were
bro.
doing. They ain't no. Third,
They
you
ain't
have a
bullshit
team
job.
with Devontae Freeman, Matt Ryan,
Julio
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 Jones,
Jones.
Jones.
and you don't get a fucking field goal?
Yep.
A field goal. It
No,
They
they
had
did get a
4
field goal, didn't
carries.
they? They did get a
No, they
field
No, it
goal.
didn't.
was
They didn't. It
28 to
was
3.
28-3 at
It
No.
was
half.
28-3.
It was
They didn't get a
28-3, and
field
it ended.
goal.
What was the final score?
34-28.
Damn.
They
Shit,
didn't get a
I thought they
field
scored
goal.
again.
No,
Wait, you
they
guys are
didn't,
forgetting
bro.
this.
If
You
they
guys are
would have
Didn't get
forgetting
scored a
a
this.
field
single
goal, it would
field
have been
goal.
different.
They had 4 carries. They only ran the football 4 times after taking a 28 to 3 lead.
That's
I remember
so
there
Kyle
was a
fucking
stupid.
Julio
Shanahan.
Jones catch
Hey,
that they had a
hey.
chance to run and get first down to get 3 points to seal the game up by like
But look,
10 or
at
something.
least,
You want
but
to know who the OC was? Kyle
Kyle
Shanahan.
fucking Shanahan.
but
That's who
look,
that is.
let me just try to change your mind one more time. At least with the 28-3, each time you score PC, it's 6 points or 7 points. In basketball, you can only to come back down from 29, brother. You have to continuously hit 2 after 2 or 3, 2,
Well,
3, 2.
I think for that
Like,
third
brother.
quarter, that entire third quarter, San Antonio just shot down their leg. They didn't take a single 2. All their shots were 3s, which is that's
That's
insane.
coaching. That's coaching.
That's coaching.
That's coaching right there. That's
Yeah.
why it's kind of hard to blame. Uh, it's harder to blame San Antonio because that's coaching. If you see your team just shooting 3 after 3 after 3, and you don't call a timeout, even if you call a timeout, you don't be like, stop shooting the fucking 3, get easy shots.
No,
That's
facts.
coaching, bro. Like
Because Greg Popovich would have called a timeout after the first 3. He'd be like, all right,
Greg
timeout. Come here.
Popovich would have called a
Come here.
timeout and sat everybody. He would have sat everybody,
Bro, do
like
y'all
sit on the
remember?
fucking bench.
We can move on after this. PC, do y'all remember when this nigga Greg Popovich literally, I think the Heat or somebody hit a 3 and he immediately, the game had just started, dog. This nigga immediately
Oh
calls the
yeah, it
timeout
was.
after
I
that.
remember that game.
Immediately calls the
It was
timeout after,
It
dog.
was like game 2, I think, of the finals in 2013.
One of the funniest shit
It was
I've ever
three
seen in my
nothing. The
life,
score.
bro.
The score was 3-0. 2 minutes
3-0.
in.
Greg called a timeout immediately. He said, "Nope, Mitch, you have to think you are coach, bro. You're replacing one of the greatest coaches, not only of our time but of our generation, bro.
Those are
Like,
tough shoes to fill.
like those are tough shoes to fill. PC, I understand it. You did a great job getting to the finals, my brother. We as fans should not be sitting here wondering why is Dylan Harper not in these games at the end of these when he
It's tough. I think we can all collectively say the San Antonio Spurs, from the players to the coaches, they blatantly choke this series away. And now they've been there, so at the very least they can learn from this experience, and potentially next time we see them in the finals, it won't be choke job like we saw this year. Um, all right, let's go to the next topic though.
Never choke. Jello, are you serious, bro? No, y'all heard that, right? Oh,
Let's head to the next
I'm
topic.
muted.
yeah. Now you're muted after you said what you said, brother.
What?
Bro, you're cooked. Let's move on. You're cooked.
I
You're caught.
just want to say too, when CK had said, Gianni, you can go next, Jello immediately stepped in, bro. That Ecuadorian school system, bro, it's just so fucked. It's not even
What?
Yeah,
funny.
that was crazy.
What are you
Let's
talking about?
Typical Cowboys fan.
see what I mean.
PC.
I'm not
Typical
gonna play. I'm not
See what
gonna
I
play.
mean, bro. See what I
PC.
mean?
This is what happens when you have Cowboys fans around.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get that wrong, bro.
funny. How AJ
How,
Brown doing?
how George Pickens doing?
Great. He in our uniform.
Nah, that
He in our
motherfucker ain't
facility. He
practicing.
in our facility. He in our
He
facility.
about to leave, nigga.
Shut that mouth.
Yeah,
He on the roster.
all right. Let's go to the next topic. Let's give out our very way too early predictions for who will come out of the East and West next year. I'll start with you on this one, Jello.
Why you say it like that? But the Eastern Conference, I think I still gotta go with the Knicks. I do not think that the Celtics are gonna be back quite yet. It's still a lot of um things that they gotta figure out on that end. I definitely have them as my number two right now. Coming out of the East, Philadelphia is definitely on the come up as well. But as of right now, I definitely want to say the Knicks got my take for coming out of the East right now. I think that they're going to build from this. Should be able to keep most of the core together. And yeah, definitely. Now, the West, as always, is going to be a battle. But unfortunately, the Spurs are not going to make it out because if we look toward the draft, we have a Thunder team that once again has two first round picks and is looking to package that into a top five pick, y'all. Now, this is one of the more loaded classes we've seen in a very long time, and they are looking to get one of those players, more than likely a Cam Boozer or a. I don't even want to think about all the possibilities, but unfortunately, they are going to take that player, or even worse, they can package those and grab another freaking superstar or star just to add to that freaking roster that they already have. So the Thunder will be going back to the top of the West, unfortunately. No matter how, there are plenty of ways that they can do that, whether they get a rookie, whether they package those picks and get a star. The Thunder will be back, unfortunately, and we have to dread another season of watching them get to the finals. More than likely winning it, but yeah.
TK.
Wipe your mouth, brother. My God. First of all, that's not gonna happen, bro. If any team is stupid enough to actually take that 12th and 30th or whatever fucking pick it is from the Thunder, bro,
Actually,
I'm done with the
it's
league.
12 and 17,
There you
nigga.
go. I'm done with the league, bro. I'm done. I'm just done. But I really don't think that's gonna happen. So PC, I'm gonna start with the East. I'm not going with the Knicks. We've all been hearing the reports about the Celtics and the Bucks with the Giannis trade for JB with the third team involved. I'm gonna assume PC that Giannis is gonna be a Celtic. So I'm gonna say out of the East, I'll go with the Celtics. The duo of Jason Tatum, and Giannis. I don't know what the hell they're going to put around him because they're definitely going to lose a Derek White and they're definitely going to lose a Peyton Pritchard and they're going to lose a lot of guys. But um, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see the roster that they can put around those two PC. So yeah, so I'll go with the Celtics out of the East. As far as the West, why not the Spurs again, bro? I think it's either going to be the Spurs or OKC. Man, my dog, I love you, but I will just I just refuse to show any type of love to OKC whatsoever. Um, as long as y'all as long as the GM is there. But when y'all let the GM go or the GM moves on,
That doesn't matter to me.
I'll be good. I'll be
I
good,
hate
bro.
I hate
I'll
the
like
Thunder
y'all.
with the passion. I want to go there out, but I have to be realistic on here, bro. I have to be.
I think the Spurs are learning from this. I think it's going to be a situation where we have the OKC Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. So I'm gonna just say I expect the Spurs to come out, I guess, in a 7-game series against OKC to get their second chance at winning a title. We'll see if they can do it, bro, versus Celtics. So Celtics versus Spurs. Easy.
Bam.
Um, yeah, for the West, I would say either us or San Antonio. I believe that we come back with a vengeance on the league, and I believe that we have a very good free agency and draft. Uh, I think that Sam got something up his sleeve, but San Antonio is San Antonio. Um, in the East, with no Giannis to Boston, I'm gonna go the Knicks again. But if Giannis goes to Boston, which that's a whole nother can of worms. Like that's fucking stupid on Milwaukee's part. But that's a whole nother can of worms. If he goes to Boston, then I'm gonna go ahead and take Boston. A combination of Jason Tatum and Giannis is fucking disgusting. And they have enough depth on that roster to not take that much of a hit if they have to gut some of their roster to get Giannis. So that's who I'm taking out of the East.
G.
I'm gonna go completely different. Maybe this is gonna look bad in a couple months, but with the parity of the NBA, we saw it. 8 different champions, a different finals
Don't say it. I
matchup
know what you're about to say. Ooh, I'm sorry.
in the West. Everybody's talking about San Antonio and OKC. I think for the next couple of years, that's going to be the matchup. I think this year we're not going to see that matchup be the two teams. One of those two teams make the finals. I think one of those two teams are going to make the conference finals, and the other team is going to lose in the second round. I think OKC will be the one that gets to the conference finals, and San Antonio loses in the second round because they got to learn. You remember I told you have to go through failures before they win a championship. But the team that I like in the West, that I feel that can take that next step, Minnesota, man. We got to talk about Minnesota for a second because they actually have a really good thing going. And they've been going through some ups and downs in the playoffs. They've been to 2 conference finals, one second round exit, a first round exit. I think it was Ant's first playoff run, I think. Um, I just think that they're going to have a chance to make it at least. I think one of these years they're going to make it, and I think maybe next year with how crazy the NBA been the last couple of years, I think I think Minnesota wins the West.
I
For
would
the East,
agree, but Minnesota has a lot of question marks still on
No,
that
no, no,
roster for
no,
me.
no, 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 man. We can say that nigga's name. Say that bum ass nigga Julian Randle's name. If that nigga is on the team, they're not
It's not just him
touching.
oh,
though. He
They're
that's
not
not the only.
touching our
Yeah,
finals,
he's
brother.
not the only. He's not the only question mark. I
Um,
understand
He's
that,
one of
I
the
will
bro.
say
he
He's
is
supposed
the
to be
biggest
number
though.
two. He's
the
supposed to be number two.
reason
He's
the
terrible.
reason that we keep on hearing Ant's frustrated is because he's applying pressure on that front office. He wants them to make roster moves, roster changes. Randall ain't gonna be there much longer. I can promise
yeah.
you that.
I
Because like
I I
I
was thinking
mean,
John Morant
I'm about to say they
Oh,
got to get a
no.
point. I don't know. Don't put them two together.
please don't.
Oh no, that's a
that's a
ticking
combination
time.
I don't want
Oh
to see
my god, bro!
together.
Oh my goodness, bro.
I don't know what they're gonna do
Look,
at
I'll tell
point
you what
guard,
to
but
do. I'll tell you what to do. If y'all feel like do y'all think Julius Randle could be a real number 2?
On a contending team,
No,
no.
right? That's
no.
what I'm saying.
He
So
already
why?
proved he can.
So how do the Timberwolves get better? Do y'all
I
think John
think
Morant
that
would make them better?
no, I think the issue is it's not that Julius Randle is a number two. The fact that it's at Julius and then who the fuck else? That's
I
the
mean,
issue.
Nas Reed is cool.
Nas Reed is
Nas
Um,
Reed's a six
inconsistent.
man. He's a
Nas
six man.
Reed
Yeah.
is
and then
Nas
they
Reed
got Rudy
is
Gobert is
sunny
supposed to be
outside
that.
one day and then it's raining the next day. You don't know what
Rudy,
Nas is
They
gonna do.
got Io. They do have Io.
Rudy,
I think Io does take a step.
Be
four
so for
Definitely
time,
real.
think
four
Io takes a
time,
step.
four times
Man,
defensive player of the year.
be fucking for real.
Hold on, we disrespecting Rudy Gobert now?
Come
I
on,
Be
get it's cool to
fucking
bro.
for real,
disrespect him,
bro.
but he put Jokic in a fucking blender
He
last
did.
playoffs.
He
On
did.
offense and on
PC. He
defense. He put
did.
him in a fucking
He
blender. I
did.
get that
Especially
it's
on
cool to
defense.
disrespect Rudy because Rudy has his fucking moments. He get cooked by
Rudy is
Luca.
not an
Okay, it's gonna
offensive
happen.
player.
All
Let's
right.
be
How about
for
And,
real.
this?
and
How
he
about
Not
still
at
this?
put
all.
Jokic in a fucking blender.
Be for real. Exactly.
How
I'm
about
on your
this?
side, man.
How
I
about
talked
this?
about this in the
Look.
chat.
So send John Morant to the Wolves and send
No.
Anthony Edwards to the
No.
Lakers.
That's the
Let's go.
last one you want to do because
No,
you
no.
already have an
You
Io.
just
You have
want
an Ant.
you just want Anthony Edwards. It's not going to happen. I can
Yeah,
promise you.
that's
I
not
can
gonna
guarantee
happen.
it. I want
Oh,
you to get that thought, that dream out your hip right now, TK. Anthony Edwards is not going to the Los Angeles
But y'all
Lakers.
said
I'm
this
telling you
about Luca too.
because
This
I
is
know.
why I didn't. This is why I hated the fucking Luka trade when it happened because
Bro,
now niggas
I
like
know
him think
Bam.
they can get anybody.
like, bro.
I know Bam hate me, dog. I know
But
this nigga hate
every
me.
time this nigga was talking about, oh, we gonna get Jokic, man, get the fuck out of
Oh,
here.
we gonna
Bro,
get Jokic. Oh, we gonna get Giannis. Oh,
listen.
we
All
gonna
right,
get
all right. I'm
Ant.
gonna
Oh,
say one more thing. I'm
we
gonna
gonna
say
get
one more
Wemby. Oh,
thing.
we gonna get everybody because everybody
We
wants to be a fucking
either
Lakers fan, huh,
PC
TK?
in the
No,
next 5 years, Wemby, Jokic, or Ant
no,
Man will be a Laker,
no,
brother. It's going to
no.
happen. And I
No,
told
it's
you here
not.
first.
No, it's not.
2029,
Oh my god.
one of those guys will be a Laker.
how
Let's
much
move
you want
on.
to put on it?
Okay, I'm gonna go with the
Nah,
East. The East.
No, how much you want to put on it?
I'm not putting nothing, but
We
goddamn,
definitely
why not?
hijacked Gianni
Yeah.
segment.
We just messed up. We just messed up his whole flow. I'm sorry, Chief.
Yeah,
Finish up
it's,
your Yanks.
I was thinking about the East, man. Knicks can get back. Celtics, if they get Giannis, can get there. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go completely different. I'm gonna go with the Sixers. At some point, you guys have to make it. PC. At some point, you guys have to make a run and make the final. I don't know, man. You guys have to somehow make the final. And then I was seeing this trend that's going on with the East and the West. You know, every time the East has won, is either like an East Coast team that like is like more like where New York, Philadelphia, Boston, one of those three teams are gonna win the East this coming season. And I think Philadelphia might actually pull it off.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that answer. I don't hate it.
I hate it.
I don't know what y'all do in the off season in terms of picks, and I don't know how much cap y'all have, but um,
Paul George is still on the contract, brother.
Paul George
Okay,
didn't
whoa,
have a
Paul
horrible
George
part
had a
Okay.
resurgence. Let's not disrespect
Okay,
Paul
let's
George
not go as
He
far as
had his
resurgent.
moments. He
Let's
had
not
his
go as far as
moments.
resurgent. He
Yeah,
had a
we're
good
not doing that.
playoffs. He had
He
good
had a
playoffs,
great
but
playoffs. Come
I
on.
wouldn't say resurgence now.
I'm. What's up
Gianni,
with
why did you have to put that
literally
in PC's head, bro? Like, why
why
say
is
but
that?
what
but
no
TK,
no
at some
what's up
point they
with
have to make
They
it.
overachieved last year. They were not supposed to be that
Beating the
good, and they weren't.
Celtics were their finals, brother.
it's
Okay, did we
between
expect
you
them?
it's
Did we expect them
between
to beat the Knicks?
No, not next year. I don't
Okay,
expect them to beat
then
the Celtics, the Knicks.
I
I
don't. If they make the right moves, they can.
I think
I'm gonna
what
be
PC what
honest.
you guys need is you guys need to add to that bench because that's what killed you in the
Yeah,
sweep. Honestly, if you guys make the right decision on that bench, I don't know how Boston's going to look like. Because without the Giannis trade, Jalen Brown and Derek White, that's like a complete situation that it could get like become a mess basically.
PC,
So I think the Sixers have a chance,
you
honestly.
love Embiid, right? Well, I mean, I know you do, brother. I know you do.
Yeah,
Give
that
him,
was
give
what I
him,
was saying.
give him your needs. If you give him your needs, he will stay healthy, and I will believe Gianni, bro. I'll give y'all a legit chance, but I do not expect this nigga
I'm gonna
Embiid to
tell
be
you.
healthy
I'm
at
gonna
all
tell you right
whatsoever.
now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know what's up with a lot of people. A couple of people in my life lately that have been telling me, "Man, just wait on it. Just wait on the Sixers. It's going to happen. That championship is going to happen." It's been Gianni. It was my brother earlier. It's been a couple of mutuals I know. I don't know where this false hope is coming from, and I don't know
You've
if
been
I'm the
up.
right person that needs to hear this in this moment because there's just still a part of me that just can't believe it. I need y'all to understand something. I've now watched over the last 8 years Toronto win a title,
Mm.
Boston win a title, New York win a title. I've had to watch LA win a title. I've had to watch OKC win a title. I've had to watch everybody surpass Joel Embiid. All the peers and rivals that we've had, they've all won a championship when we still haven't even made past the second round. I'm I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm numb to the pain. I'm tired.
Hey,
I'm at the point where if we are able to finally make a change, it's going to have to be by Green giving us an identity because our new GM, Mike Yancey, our new president of basketball operations, Mike Yancey said himself, we don't really have an identity right now. We were not great offensively. We were not great defensively. We were just kind of in the middle. And rebounding, we were bottom of the league. I think we were like 29th in rebounding. That's not nearly good enough. Andre Drummond was our most consistent rebounder this past year, and that's an issue. Um, I feel as though if we really are able to make a change, if we do make it out the East, it's going to have to center around BJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. If that includes trading away Joel Embiid, it's going to really pain me. But I feel like if we are able to get a first round pick out of him, which I think we can do, um, I think we got to do it within the next 1 to 2 years. I'm again don't want to do it, but I think sacrifice is a part of the process, and I'm tired of feeling so defeated. Like I yeah, I'm tired of
Oh,
feeling defeated when I talk about Sixers. I appreciate the answer about Philadelphia, man. I really do, but
I,
realistically, I just don't feel so. We're just ready to win a championship, not at least until for another 2 years.
I will.
PC, I basically picked this finals because if you look at the last 8 years, some of the finals we have gotten was like most unlikely matchups. Like there was like matchups that we got that we looked at it before the season and we didn't think it was going to really happen. Maybe one team, one of the two teams, maybe we expect like this past finals, Spurs and Knicks. I think the Knicks, we can all agree at some point we thought they were going to make it. But the Spurs, I think they were like 1, 2 years away maybe from making it to the finals, and they actually made it to the finals. So, like, if you take that to account, like me picking Minnesota and Philadelphia, it sounds crazy, but it doesn't sound crazy if you look at the past 8 years.
Yeah,
My thing is, I agree with you totally, PC. And as much as it does pain you, I think y'all's only hope is to finally end the era of the process and getting rid of Joel Embiid. That's the only way you guys are going to be able to see progress and truly be able to build around a VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey. But Joel is turning into a burden.
And look,
Um,
go ahead.
he has had a better year this year as far as health and everything, but at the end of the day, he could not stay healthy the entire way. And I mean, it's going to be a never-ending cycle if you guys don't pull the plug this
And I
offseason or
and I think at this point, like trading Joel Embiid for a younger center would be
That would be
like the
great,
best
to be
choice.
honest with you. That
Like
would
we
be
got a DeAndre Ayton and a Dalton Connect for y'all right now, bro. We can just
um
pick up the phone.
can you
We
mute
can
him?
make this
Can you
work.
mute him? Can you mute him?
Why am I being muted? I'm trying to. Okay, whatever.
You're so lucky. I swear to God.
I bet you miss Skype, bitch. I bet you miss Skype.
You're damn right. You're damn right. I bet you miss. Let me chill.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
as far as my answers for favorites, way too early favorites. Out the Western Conference, I do think it's gonna be the Thunder. Um, they still have two, you know, top Lowry picks, two Lowry picks in this draft, and SGA now has a purpose for next season. Um, it's just simple as that. Finish your job, finish what you started. So for out the West, it's the Thunder. Out the East, though, I'm kind of surprised that nobody has even mentioned them up to this point yet. What about the Detroit Pistons? I mean, they were a one seed this past year. Mind you, kind of a fraudulent one seed. However, I need y'all to hear me out. If they can find a true second option this offseason, then yes, this is going to be the team that comes out the East, or at the very least gives a team like Boston or New York a run for their money. Um, the thing that doomed Detroit this past year was that Cade didn't have a true second option. He had Tobias Harris one night, then Jane Ivey the other night, or it was just it was too inconsistent. Um, I think defensively, this team is going to be still the best team in the Eastern Conference. Um, and you know what? There really shouldn't be any real drop off, in my opinion. They were able to oust. They were able to oust the goodness sake, the Orlando Magic in 7 games. Um, as far as the Cleveland Cavaliers go, I think we can chalk that up to inexperience. Being like the one seed, being in the limelight, for the first time in Kate's career. Again, that goes back to a team not being there and not knowing what to do. It's what we saw with the Spurs. Now they know what needs to be done, and now they can capitalize on that. But I think that starts by actually getting a true second option. If it was up to me, y'all know that boy, number 33 or number 12, whatever jersey number he is right now, he would not be on that roster. That's just me. But if he's there on that bench, sure. Um, and you actually get like a true second option that you can get in free agency. I don't know what their first round pick is looking like this year. Then yeah, I think the Detroit Pistons are going to be a team that we seriously need to watch out for. Um, but hey, it's still way too early predictions. We still have to get through officially the rest of the league year. Don't know what's going to happen. We don't know where Giannis lands. We don't know where Ja lands. There's still that still a lot that needs to unfold. Um, so already halfway through the episodes. Y'all know what time it is. Quick water check in for all your listeners, everybody here. Hopefully are staying hydrated. It's still hot outside. We're getting into the summer months of the year. Make sure you follow us on our socials. We hate sports all across the board. All right. Let's head to the penultimate topic of the night. We got to bring up Jalen Brunson once again, because there were a lot of people that doubted Brunson ever winning anything. Um, barring any Las Vegas Aces head coaches that may have thought he's not a 1A option. Um, but now he has cemented himself as the true new king of New York with this finals win. Also took home finals MVP as well, pouring in 45 points in his, in the elimination game, the clinching game, that gave the Knicks their first title in over 50 years. So, what does this title do for Jalen Brunson's legacy? Is he officially now the greatest New York Knick of all time? I'll start with you on this one, Jello.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson is invited to any door that is locked to the public. Jalen Brunson can go through in the New York area. There is no doors shut for him. He is officially the king of New York. He has brought back hope to that city that they have not been able to see in a very, very long time. And he did it the best way possible. I mean, he took a pay cut. He really believed in this team. He wanted a roster built around him. So he said, "Here, some of my money. Go bring me a roster. Let's go win a chip." And he did just that. And with that being said, I mean, he played his ass off these past 2 years, really. But this year he really showed out and he really cemented his legacy. So I do think that he is officially the greatest Knick of all time. Um, it's a lot of, historical players that the Knicks have seen. Um, I'm sorry, Melo, but this past season, your name has been erased, especially in New York. But yeah, Jalen Brunson's about to get a statue soon, very, very soon. So yeah, he's definitely the greatest Knick of all time. Easily top 10 player right now, for sure, if not top five. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's my take.
G.
I agree with Jello. He already cemented himself as the greatest Nick of all time. Everywhere he goes, like everybody's gonna give him like free food, free drinks. Like he don't have to buy anything basically in New York anymore. And it's crazy, man. Like 45 points, man. I think I saw like a stat, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, is the most is tied for the most points in a road elimination game, like a road closeout game in NBA Finals history, which is absurd. And he tied MJ for 45, which is insane. Like that performance was just insane all around because the rest of the team didn't do much, really. They had 49 points, and I think they were shooting like 32%, the rest of the team. So he put this team on his back when they needed him the most. And I think that's something that says a lot about him. And I think now getting that championship, I think he's the best Nick of all time. And I think he's going to be, it's just going to be like insane, the conversation. I don't know about top five, Jello, but top 10 for sure.
Um, Bam.
I definitely think he's the greatest nigga of all time. It was a debate even before this, and now with a chip, it's like kind of solidified now. Um, I think I could go top 10. I think it would be hard to go top five. I think he's definitely a top 3 to 5 point guard easily now, but I don't know if I could give him top 10 yet. I mean, I don't know if I can give him top five yet. I think that is very close, but not quite yet.
All right. Um, I think that Jalen Brunson has been through a lot in his NBA career. Um, when he signed with the Knicks a few years back, I don't think any of us expected him to turn into the superstar that he has grown into today. Um, from the pay cut that he took, so that the Knicks can go and trade for OG and trade for Cats and sign Mikal Bridges and extend Josh Hart to have his core together. There was a lot of critics that thought this will not work. All Jalen Brunson did was put his head down and put in the work on the basketball court. And as a result, there were performances in these NBA finals where in that fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson stepped up and became that number one option that the Knicks needed him to be. Um, Looking throughout this entire series, I mean, 32 points, 36 points, 45 points, 30 points. Like it only got better and better as the series went along. And it's not about how you start. It's truly about how you finish. Jalen Brunson was the most clutch player in that final series. And he proved it with that, game five performance, hence why he was finals MVP. Um, I think he is the greatest Knick of all time with this championship. I think top 5 point guards of all time. I'm not willing to go that far, but conversation for top 10 for sure. Just the conversation. Maybe not even top 10 yet, but I feel as though, there's
Hold on. Did you say he's not top 5 point guards?
He said of all
oh,
time.
of all time.
That's
Yeah.
what we've been saying this whole time.
I hope not.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, obviously
No.
top 5 point guards right now. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
Okay.
okay.
he's
I was
top
about
I
to
was
top
talking
3.
about in the NBA today. Like, whoa,
Oh, yeah, no.
whoa.
Well, I'm talking about all time. I'm talking about all time. Top 3 in the NBA today, obviously. Top 5, no, absolutely not. Not yet. Yeah, not yet. I'm talking all time. Top 5 all time, not yet. Top 10 all time, he's in the conversation. If you still don't have him there yet, sure. Okay, fair enough. Um there to add on to my point though with Brunson, um there like I said, there were a lot of people that doubted him. Becky Hammond for one of those people. Can't have Jalen Brunson as 1A. You can't win with a small guard. He proved her wrong. A lot of people had said that Noble Boys will not be able to win a championship together. He proved them wrong. Um, even going as far as like passing Luka Doncic, like he was Luka's right hand man. He got a championship before Luka. He proved them wrong. And I'm tired of Laker fans acknowledging that he didn't. All right, there's a conversation to be had about that
What
another
does
week.
Luka have
All
to
right,
do?
let me finish. Um, there's the like for Brunson, like he has done anything and everything has exceeded expectations. And has climbed into a different level of success when it pertains to being a New York Knicks man. Um, for me, it's a no brainer. He is the greatest Knick of all time with this finals win. Um, TK, now you can go because I know you would just love that
I just don't
little part
understand
right
why
there.
Luka, why the better point guard in Luka Doncic had to catch it straight. What was that for?
I mean, that's not a stray. Nobody's saying that Brunson is better than
The New
Luka.
York Knicks, PC. We just witnessed the New York Knicks. We just witnessed the New York Knicks winning a championship the first time since 1973. I believe you said. And the first thing that comes to your mind toward the end of your
That
take
wasn't the first
is
thing.
Luka Doncic.
Yeah, that's a contradicting statement. That was
You, it's
you said
people.
that's the first thing at the end of my statement.
Yeah,
Come on. Now.
it's people like you that are the problem, brother. All right,
What's the problem? There's no
leave,
problem with me saying what I said. He
leave,
did pass Luca. He got a ring before Luca.
leave,
Am I wrong?
leave my Luka Puka out of this, okay? You leave
I
him
mean,
out of this.
like I said, there's a conversation that needs to be had about
There was
Luca.
Anyways,
definitely a
That's
conversation.
another
Like,
conversation for
I've
another
seen
day.
it. Not a conversation.
Conversation for
anyways, no,
another day.
it's not a conversation. We're not
Another
doing it.
conversation for another day.
No,
Let's go
no,
ahead and give me
no,
your answer.
no,
He
no.
was
There's
Luca's
no,
number
no, no,
two.
no. Now I'm gonna just shut this
He
down right
was
now.
Luca's
There's
number
no.
two
Don't tempt him,
and
Jello. Don't
left.
tempt
First
him.
of all, it's
Hey,
my
don't tempt him,
turn. Why
Jello.
are y'all talking
Don't tempt
during
him,
my turn? I
Jello.
didn't talk during y'all turn.
Yeah, no, I'm
Can y'all
saying,
mute
go ahead.
yourselves?
Go ahead.
You're
Can
Go
y'all
ahead.
mute
accurate.
yourselves?
Go
Thank you.
ahead.
There
Go
are
ahead.
two big dogs when it comes to point guards. That's Shea and that's Luka. Moving on. That's it. We're not gonna do it. We're not doing that. Now, I will say
Okay.
this. I will say this. I personally believe that Jalen Brunson is now a top 10 player overall. I do believe that Jalen Brunson is a top 5 point guard overall in the NBA right now. Right now, in today's game, not, I don't know what bullshit Jello or PC, whichever one of y'all said all the time was talking about.
That
That
was
was
PC. That was
that's
PC.
just insane. That's
That's
insane.
not what he
But
was talking about.
top 5 point guard, top 10 player overall. Like PC said, he proven, I think proving the doubters wrong. You decided to say her name, so I guess I'll say it. Most importantly, Becky Hammond, who had been standing on that take that she stood on PC for years and years, brother. And I don't know how y'all feel. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see what statement she comes out with.
Hey, for to be
She,
fair
she,
to Becky, I'm sorry to cut you off, TK. To be fair to Becky, for years, she was right.
can't even say
She
she was
was.
right,
She
bro.
was. She was.
I just feel like it was a situation where he hadn't won yet. But saying he will never win a championship is just crazy, bro. That's just crazy. So yeah,
Especially
Clark,
because he wasn't the reason why they was losing.
Exactly.
It was Tom
Brunson has
Thibodeau and whoever the fuck they had before that. It wasn't his
Brunson
fault.
been that guy since he stepped foot in Madison Square, bro. So I don't know what she was on, but yeah, like Bam said, I mean those losses, PC they weren't really on they weren't really on Brunson. Brunson he did his part. What else can I say about Brunson? Because I guess we're glazing him today as we should. Um, and I say this in the chat, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, PC, because I think the correct term is little people, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. I call Brunson midget Mamba. The closest thing that we've seen to Kobe Bryant when it comes to clutch moments since Kobe Bryant, honestly. Since Black Mama, he's the closest thing we've seen to the Black Mama when it comes to clutch situations, under 2 minutes, you need a big shot. What? Am I wrong, bro? Give me another more cuts that's more clutch than Jalen Brunson.
I mean, King of New York is right fucking there. I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, Midget Mamba, that's what I'm gonna call him, bro. Midget Mamba. He is the king of New York, PC. But I felt like I don't know how y'all feel. I feel like the conversation as far as was he the best player to ever play for the Knicks? I felt like it was always him and Melo as far for our generation, but I felt like he passed Melo like that second year as a New York Knick. I don't know how y'all feel about it.
Melo's not even top two of the best Knicks.
Yeah.
I would put Patrick Ewing before I put Carmelo. I don't give a fuck if nobody say, "Oh,
most
we
of it
done
is
with
just
the '90s."
nostalgia, bro.
Did we forget what Patrick Ewing did in New York? Like,
Yeah, he made it to two finals, right?
did we forget
94
that?
and
Like,
99.
Did he win one?
No, he didn't win
Yep.
one.
So he's under Brunson. Brunson got the
oh no,
championship.
yeah, for sure. But I was saying even before this, I wasn't putting. It wasn't Melo. Jalen Brunson had to dethrone fucking Patrick Ewing, not fucking
Yeah,
Melo.
you'd be surprised, bro. This generation, they built off nostalgia, bro. They had Melo as the best New York Knick. Like I believe then was it Leslie Frazier or who was it that won like 2 championships with the Knicks? I can't remember, but
I think it said Leslie Frazier.
I
Walt
can't
Frazier, my
remember the
nigga.
name. Yeah, there you go.
Walt
Walt Frazier. I'm
Frazier.
sorry. I apologize. Hey, I knew it was a Frazier, brother. But yeah, I think he won like 2 championships with the Knicks, bro. You can probably maybe put him over Brunson, if anything. PC, Bam, Gianni, Joe. But outside of Frazier, yeah, it's Brunson, bro. I don't even think it's a question whatsoever, dog.
You could say Willis Reed too, but
This man said Leslie Frazier, bro.
Hey, man, look.
did he say Leslie Frazier?
I knew it was a
Leslie
Frazier,
Frazier.
I knew it was a Frazier.
It's a banyan, bro. Between Leslie Frazier and RJ Harper, bro. You're on a roll, bro.
Yeah, he did say RJ Harper.
I said Dylan.
You said
No,
RJ.
you said
No, I
RJ.
never said it. Never said that.
You've
It's
been
recorded,
saying RJ,
brother.
It's
said it.
recorded.
We will go back and
record.
look at the footage.
I saw it. I was gonna stop you, but I was like, let me let him roll.
Yeah,
We're gonna check the replay room later on.
No, we're not.
Yeah, trust me. Oh yes, we will. All right, let's get to the last topic of the night. To concludes and kind of wrap up our NBA discourse, Bo, for now, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of off-season storylines to focus on. Let's go to the NFL, who is almost wrapping up their off-season. With preseason right around the corner. We gotta talk about QBs that are under the most pressure to perform this season. Top 5 QBs under the most pressure to perform this season. Why don't we start with you on this one, Bam?
Josh Allen is 1A. Because only thing that happened was his offensive coordinator got promoted. You got DJ Moore. They had a solid draft. They still have a couple moves they could make, but Josh Allen went and had one of the most embarrassing performances on the national stage, on the national playoff stage. I don't want to keep hearing how he's the best quarterback in the league, and he does that and keeps getting excuses. is under the most pressure. 1B, Lamar Jackson. Only reason why he isn't lower, or only reason why he isn't clear cut one, is because he has a new head coach. And again, I get that. Oh, they're gonna say no. Josh Allen had his offensive coordinator promoted. This is a whole new head coach, whole new coaching staff. But on that same token, Lamar, you're the best in the world. There are no more excuses, buddy. Got to get it done. If anybody can go and win a Super Bowl with a first year head coach besides Mike McDonald, it's you. I expect that. There are no more excuses. Um, 3, CJ Stroud. Buddy, I get your offensive line was bad. They are trying to patch that up. You have the best, you have a top 3 defense. Um, there are no more excuses. You cannot play as bad as you played last year. You just cannot, especially in a division that is considered wide open right now. You have to capitalize and you have to make it worth something. Because otherwise, buddy, you are gone out of Houston. It will be a quick 4 years and you're gone. 4, DK Mine, I like this a lot. Bo Nix. Buddy, you have Jalen Waddle. I heard the excuses. I heard the excuses. And I love Bo. Bo is that fucking guy. You got Davis Webb now, who in my eyes is one of the best young minds offensively in the game. You can argue that the running back situation is the best. I would agree to disagree there. But you have Jalen Waddle now. You have the burner. Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin is posed to take the next step this year. And Court is Court. He don't have the pressure under him. You don't have that pressure of being the only weapon on that offense anymore. Um, Defense is the defense. Hasn't changed much. Gotta make it shake, buddy. The Raiders are approaching fast. The Chiefs are not there to make any real moves this year with a hobbled Patrick Mahomes. Chargers are going to charge it. Bo, let's get it done. This is coming from Bo Nix fan. Get it done. Number 5. This may be a bit controversial. Jalen Hurts. There is no AJ in the building to distract you anymore. There is no AJ in the building. You had a great offseason. You had a great offseason. You added some great pieces. Howie, as always, doing what Howie do. There is no AJ to distract you anymore. I am of the vein that Kevin Patullo and AJ Brown did the most damage to that team. I don't give a fuck about the Jalen Hurts jokes, none of that. Kevin Patullo's inability to run the ball and make stupid play calls, and AJ's fucking whatever the fuck you want to call it, destroyed the Eagles last year. Destroyed what chances the Eagles had to make a deep playoff run. They're gone now. Jalen, what are you going to do? Are you going to prove him right or are you going to prove him wrong? So my number 5 is Jalen Hurts.
I was about to say something, but the way that you explained it, I won't tweak out. For my top 5, I think 1A and 1B are very obvious. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. What more needs to be said? It's Super Bowl or bust. There's nothing else left to say about these two QBs. Those are the last 2 things that those QBs need to do. Or last thing that both those QBs need to do. So that's 1 and 2. Number 3, I think I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert actually. Because every single year we hear, oh, Justin Herbert this, he's so great that. What if man comes to the rescue for the LA Chargers yet again? How many more times? How many more what if scenarios do I got to see about this guy? Every single year, I see it. Every single year, Chargers fans want to put Justin Herbert in these elite conversations. Well, guess what? We're going into what, year 7 of Justin Herbert? No playoff wins attached to his name. There's no MVPs, not even MVP finalists. There's no all pro nomination. None of that. We have nothing through almost 7 years. So, I mean, what more needs to be said about the Chargers? I mean, we improved the team, right? We got the OC that we wanted, Mike McDaniel, right? So now there is no excuse, right? What if shouldn't be a thing. So he's my third option. Number 4, I will go with CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is somebody that if he does not perform this season, he is going to be on a one-way ticket to the UFL. I wholeheartedly believe that. He's going to be playing for the Louisville Kings. Shout out to them. They won the UFL this past weekend. He is quite literally outside of the guys that are in that elite conversation, those 4 that are in the elite conversation. You can argue that CJ Stroud is the top guy. And then number 5, I'm going to go with Joe Burrow, specifically for the reason that he just has to make the playoffs by any means necessary. Horrible historical defense be damned. Find a way. There are QBs that have been starting QBs in the past that have found a way. You have to find a way this season. Somehow, some way. And that's just 5 QBs. You see how easy it was to name just 5 QBs off rip that have so much more to prove than someone like a Jalen Hurts. No shade to Bam, because his explanation made a lot of sense as to why he picked him. But his explanation comes with logic. There are a lot of people that think Jalen Hurts has the most to prove this season because he lost A.J. Brown. All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts is the reason that the Eagles have sucked these past couple of years. That we haven't won a Super Bowl. Like he didn't win the Super Bowl MVP 2 years ago. Like I'm just tired. I'm sick and tired of people acting like this dude is some scrub. I'm tired of people acting like, oh, Jalen's just gonna underthrow AJ Brown anyway. He's just gonna underthrow DeMonte Smith anyway. Motherfucker, both of these guys were 1,000-yard receivers when Jalen Hurts was throwing on the ball. And now you're gonna sit here and tell me that somebody else was throwing on the ball? You're gonna sit here and tell me that the Philadelphia Eagles have been one of the top teams in the NFL over the last 5 years with him as the starter? But he has the most to prove. I can even go a bit further. Here are 10 QBs that are under more pressure than Jalen Hurts. The 5 that I mentioned. You also have to factor in Bo Nix. You also have to factor in Drake May, who just got A.J. Brown. Jordan Love, Michael Penix. By the way, you're playing for your starting role, buddy. You also have to factor in someone like a fucking who just beat
Could
Baker
you not
Mayfield.
give away
Baker
everyone
Mayfield.
else's answers, brother?
All right.
They-
Baker Mayfield as well. Hold on.
my
I'll take it a
God.
step fucking further. Here are 15 quarterbacks that need more pressure, that are in pressure to succeed than Jalen Hurts. The 10 I just mentioned, as well as Jordan Love, as well as a Kyler Murray, as well as a Tyler Skull, as well as a Cam Ward, as well as a freaking Fernando Mendoza, who is first fucking
be so for
pick,
real.
bro.
Come on.
Yes, even Fernando fucking Mendoza
Let's be
is
so
under more
for
pressure
real.
to succeed this year than Jalen fucking Hurts because he's the first overall pick.
Such a weak ass.
There is quite literally half the league is under more pressure to succeed this year than again a Super Bowl winning quarterback who constantly performs as the best player in every single big game that he plays in. And yet I got niggas up here that want to tell me that Jalen Hurts has to be the guy. Get the fuck out my face with that bullshit. I do not want to hear that narrative. Bam, again, great list. I understand your reasoning. There are 1,000 other niggas that I see on Twitter and NFL Twitter and Instagram and Fox Sports and ESPN that cannot give me a blatant, logical fucking reason why Jalen Hurts has to be the best quarterback or the quarterback under the most pressure to succeed this year.
Also, PC, TK thinks that Devontae and AJ was throwing the ball to themselves before too.
Turn
Like,
PC
he never
up,
gave.
man.
I
I
don't think
like
he
when
never
PC
gave.
get
What
turned
the
up like
fuck
that,
is
man.
Wait.
Bro,
Why
y'all
did my
so-
name get mentioned? I didn't even fucking say anything,
I'm good.
brother.
I'm good now. I just need to get that off my chest
I
because
like when
niggas
PC get
clearly got
turned
it
up
fucking
like
twisted.
that, man. Yeah.
Go ahead, TK. Go ahead, TK. I went off the rails. My bad.
What the fuck do you mean go ahead, TK? You just said name like 18 quarterbacks. There's no point. You already named
Like,
quarterbacks I was going to
golly.
name. I thought I was being different. I tried
Oh yeah,
to stop
Dak
you.
Prescott is
Didn't
another
stop.
name that I couldn't think off the
Go
top of my
ahead,
head.
Jello. Go ahead, Jello. I'm good.
Damn. Shoot. I wish that I did have Jalen Hurts in my top five, but I didn't because I do not believe that he is top five under pressure this season. I honestly think that if anything, after this AJ Brown situation, he's had a little bit of a step back in pressure, in my opinion. But ooh, I really wish I didn't. I wish I had a better answer because PC kind of pissed me off there because that was such a weak answer. Even though, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of other QBs that have more pressure under their belt than Jalen Hurts, and I will name them right now. We're gonna start off with Josh Allen. Definitely is my number one because I am tired of the Josh Allen narrative, and every single year he comes up short in the conference championship and cannot make a Super Bowl. It is time to step it up, buddy. You need to get that ring. Um, my number two actually is Justin Herbert, though. Justin Herbert has come into year seven, no playoff wins, nothing to show for these narratives that he is such a great quarterback. Like you got to show me something this year, Justin Herbert, because I mean, at this point, I'm not seeing anything. Like you're one
Man,
in my head.
why
What?
do we keep? Why? Why do we?
I
I
I I
guess I
get I
get.
get his
I get.
thinking. I get his thinking, man. I do.
I
I get
get
his
why
thinking.
y'all are so. Why? To an extent, I get the whole Justin Herbert thing, but how many years is he in now? He got to
That's
be
my
in like.
point. That's exactly my
What do
point,
we
though.
expect out of him? He ain't. He
To
he
be
didn't do it.
something, to be something.
He ain't did it in year 4, year 5. He ain't doing it in year 8, year 9.
So
He
what are you
ain't doing that.
saying? What? So what are you saying? He's a relieved of pressure? Like he's just what?
He ass. That's all he's gonna be. He's not gonna magically turn it around in year 10 or year 11 and fucking do anything different than what he's done.
Well,
I don't
that's
give
my
a fuck
point.
about
This
the
year is
arm.
the
I
year
don't.
that I step it. He steps it up, or it's out the door.
It should have
He
been
need to
at the
get traded.
past three,
It
four
should have
years
been,
ago.
and he still has a starting job. That's the point. Why do you still have a starting job? Why do you still have a freaking top 10 contract, top five
Uh,
contract in the
I
league?
mean, he's
You
better
get what
than
I'm saying?
Easton because he's better than Easton fucking Stick. We ain't gonna go that far and be like bench him for Easton Stick. We not doing that. But like he's talented, but that's all he is talented. He ain't a winner. Hey,
That
I,
that's
I
that's
get
my
I
that's
get
exactly my point.
I
That's exactly
understand
my
why
point.
people
This
still
is the year for him to show that he's a winner, or it's time to go. It's time to move on. It's time for the Chargers to pick a. This is a top five QB class that we got coming up that we've seen in a minute. So it's now or never for Justin Herbert, in my opinion. That's my number two. My number three, I am gonna go with a Lamar Jackson. He is stepping into a new coaching situation. First year without Jim Harbaugh, and I feel like this is going to be one of his better years because he does not have a Jim Harbaugh that is anchoring him down. Um, I really and truly love Declan Doyle as an offensive coordinator. I think that that is going to revolutionize the game. His processing of offenses is going to be very very different from what we're used to. And Lamar, it's time. I mean, you got the coaching staff, you got the weapons. Let's make something happen. Let's go. My number four, I am definitely going CJ Stroud. Um, the Texans are getting a lot healthier. We might see the return of Tank Dell. I don't know how that's going to play out, but either way, we got a David Montgomery now to pair up with a Nick Chubb. Run game is nice, it's decent. Receivers are nice. O line is building. Defense is out of this world. CJ, you the only piece left. And I don't know what happened from rookie year to now, but you got to show me something from that rookie year. It's time for you to go. That contract will not be extended. It's really that simple. This is the year to step it up and show out, or else it's over for you. And the fifth QB that I'm surprised nobody has mentioned, even in PC's incredible rant for no reason, is actually the QB that went over CJ Stroud, and that's Bryce Young. I think that Bryce Young should be under immense pressure this year because I feel like he is the weakest link on that building Panthers team. Um, he really stepped up and showed out last year, but I feel like that was his peak. I don't see much out of him. And if that's the case, the Panthers need to go ahead and find a way to find another QB. Because if that is the peak of what you can get out of QB production out of Bryce Young, it's time to move on and find something else. So that is my top five. Oh,
Gianni?
I think number one, number two are obvious. Um, Josh is number one. Like everybody said, there's no more excuses with Josh because you didn't have the Chiefs in your way, the Ravens was not in your way, and you folded and had 4 turnovers against the Broncos, which was unacceptable. That fumble before halftime is a meme for life, honestly. Is the funniest thing ever. Every time I see a GIF about it, it is laughable. That's the only thing I remember about Josh this past season, honestly. And Lamar is number two. I think Ben, like this is the year to actually make a deep run, get back in the playoffs, make a deep run. At this point, I know it's a first year head coach, but there's no more excuses with that. And number three is Justin Herbert. 7 years, you guys said it before. 7 years, no playoff wins. He had some good OCs before with Shane Steichen. He had Kellen Moore. Now he has Mike McDaniels. If you don't win with these guys, I don't know, man. Your future looking bleak. He's the what if man. Like instead of Superman, like him in a costume, he's in a what if super hero costume. I think I sent that before that meme. I think in the chat before. This guy has no more excuses. They had a top five defense the last 2 years, scoring wise, and this past season they kept the Patriots down to 16 points in the wild card, and all you can do is score 3 points. The Patriots had more turnovers than you, and you couldn't take advantage of that. And now they're comparing him to Peyton Manning because Peyton Manning started 0-3 in his playoff career. Buddy, it's over for you. If this year you can't do it with Mike McDaniels, you're never going to get it done. Number four, I'm going to go with CJ Stroud as well because you got a historic defense with you. Like that playoff game against the Patriots, I know the weather was bad. I'm not going to make excuses for that. But, dude, he had some of the worst turnovers. He had 4 interceptions in the first half, man. Think about that. 4 interceptions. Like, if this guy doesn't perform with the defense they have, it's over for him. I don't know. Like you said, I think it was you, PC, that he's going to go to the UFL. Maybe to the Canadian League, honestly. I don't know if the UFL wants, honestly. So I think he's going to go to the Canadian League if he doesn't perform. And number five, I'm going to go with Dak, just to be a little different. Because now they invested in their defense. They got Christian Parker from us. I think this is a year, man. If you're gonna actually prove something, you gotta prove something this year. You got the defense now. You win 7 games the last 2 years. Like there's so much excuses. I know he puts up the stats and everything, but it's all about the wins at the end of the day.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of QBs that are under a lot of pressure to succeed this year. A couple of QBs vying for their jobs. We'll have to see how this season pans out in the NFL. Let's wrap up episode 271 though. What an episode it's been, boys. Thank y'all for coming out this week, as always. To our audio listeners, appreciate you guys as well. call a loved one, check up on them, tell them that you love them, stay hydrated, of course. And we will be back for episode 272 come next week. And we're really into the off season now, especially with the NBA over. Potentially, like I said, we always have something a little bit different in store for you guys per usual. So you have to stay tuned to see what I mean about that. I have a confession to make though, however, as a little fun shits and giggles moment. Every time that Jalen Brunson, that name was said by one of you tonight, I had to sip on a drink. At this point,
For that Bussy
let's
Luke, I'm
have it.
gonna take it.
It's
I
still
was also going.
recording. It's
I was
still
also going. I
recording.
was also going to say I have to chuck every time a gay joke was made. So thanks, TK. I guess.
You fake. Wow. You gay as hell.
Nah, TK is not a real person, man.
Nigga, what you mean, TK? That wasn't even my voice.
We see you,
Who
brother.
was it?
It
It
Yeah,
wasn't. It wasn't KT. It
I
wasn't
don't know who it
KT.
was. Sounded like Jello to me.
Right, sure. Episode 272 next week, y'all. So stay tuned for that. My name is Billy Cameron, joined by Bam, Jello, Gianni, and TK this week. Thank you all for listening to the WH Sports Podcast. Goodbye, everybody. Good night. Good
My
morning.
uncle
Good
touched me
afternoon.
272 times in my life.
What in the fuck is